very good. You said, oh yeah, is it? And yet you were singing along to the song, so do you know it?
Oh, I was changing the words.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Catchy
you were...
melody, I don't know what the hell he's singing about.
Yeah, who's Asha? What's
I think
Asha?
he's meant to say hash.
Oh, really? Hasha. Oh, very good. All right. So listen, Green Day are here. You're here on Tuesday to play Belfast, and you're here on Wednesday to play Dublin, an extra date added on Dublin as well on Wednesday. And this is the start of a what tour? World tour, European tour, big tour?
Massive
European leg tour.
Yeah.
So we haven't been to Ireland in about 7 years.
Yeah.
It's the first time we played. We played in a small place where none of the kids upstairs could dance because there was a pub downstairs, and they were afraid that the roof was going to cave in.
The floor was bowing, and they actually shut it down after, and maybe I think they tore the upstairs down, and they're gonna...
I think it actually ended up falling or something.
Well, it's the SFX this time, so that's sounds like there's plenty of room there. What about the album itself? I mean, Nimrod, the album, right? What do you do when you do that? Do you just go in and sort of do it in the studio or whatever, or do you do it to make sure that you get it on acoustic sort of first and make sure the songs can stand on their own 2 feet and that kind of thing?
Most of the tunes are written on acoustic guitars in general, just
Yeah.
for ideas and stuff. And I think, you know, any good song, no matter what it is, you know, the melody can be played on acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
You know, but they're written to be good songs before you take them in the studio, and then you just pound them out through your amps.
Yeah. I mean, this is number 5. Dookie was number 3, and that was the big one in terms of breakthrough or whatever.
No, Dookie's number 2.
Sorry, I get it.
For a second I thought it was. Okay, so Dookie's number 3. So what happens about it? I mean, like, were you ready for it when it happened? 15 million sales or whatever it is, 12 million sales. Were you ready for that when it happened?
I think you're ready as anybody could ever be. You know.
Yeah.
You just kind of go up and play, don't whine about it, and just
I was
try to have
absolutely
fun.
ready. I was waiting. Go. How do you? I don't think you can ever get ready for that, really.
Well, I mean, one of the reasons that I asked it is because with album number 4, I get the impression you might have had a slight backlash. I mean, some people said that, like, for instance, that In Utero came out and after Nevermind from Nirvana, and it was just sort of whatever you call him, Kurt Cobain doing what he wanted to do to hell with people who wanted another Nevermind. Now, is it any way at all you saying you've got to follow your muse, go where it goes, so if Insomnia is not what the Dookie people wanted, then Hard Luck's the Dookie people?
Well, it's kind of one of those things where they could, you know, people could pin you either way. It's like, you know, they expect something, and expectations were meant to be broken. So, I mean, we could have either written a bunch of pop tunes, or we could have written a very solid, aggressive record. We just write from what we want to write, you know, from whatever.
I think it's kind of caused us for this, the new record is sort of, we can expand down different avenues. Because, you know, I think we could have written more songs like, you know, Basket Case and When I Come Around for the last record, but I think we didn't really want to try to repeat it and make, you know, part 2 or anything like that. And then now what we did is sort of built like a very strong foundation for ourselves, where on this record we can go, we did anything we wanted to, really.
But Billy Joe, I mean, like, the thing about it is that the songs would strike me as being possibly kind of autobiographical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So first person you, we're talking you here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about that, like, for instance, there's a suicide song on the album, sort of in an uptime. I mean, who's that about, and what's that about? Where does that come from?
It's, you know, I mean, our songs are, you know, that's when people look at songs, they look at when people's songs and they think of it, that's what their entire life is like.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, it's basically one specific bad day, you know, and that's sort of what Uptight, the song you're talking about, is kind of about. You know, it has that sort of, you know, it's more just longing to be heard or something.
Yeah,
you know?
right, exactly. Okay. Well then, was it longing to be heard that made you say, this band is going to break up if we continue this tour. We've got to call off these last dates of this American tour from Insomnia now, otherwise we're all going to kill each other. And that's how you're back together for Nimrod. And if you'd finished that gig, if you finished that tour, you may not, 3 of you, be here now.
Yeah, I think we were just getting bored with touring, you know. I think to prolong the band and stick out, what Green Day is really about is music. You know, you take it all away, and we're about music, and we just wanted to get back to the writing process.
Fine. Okay, well, like, I mean, there are those, like when the Dookie, when Dookie came out, it was like punk this and punk that, and if you want to leave these people behind or whatever, I mean, like, you're now all millionaires, okay? You've got loads and loads and loads of money. Does it make the slightest difference to you, or do you get fed up that it might make the slightest difference to the earlier fans? That, like, you know, you're selling out, or you're not your roots, or whatever this is.
I don't even know what that term means, really. I mean, what does it mean? Like,
There's no tickets left to the gig?
Exactly, yeah, okay, point, okay, that's the answer. Well done, Trey. Yeah, no, that is definitely the answer. But I mean, like, you have to grow up a little bit as well and do whatever. You have to be honest to who you are, right?
You can't, like, just go and change, you know, change up every album what you are, what you're about.
Yeah.
You know, we've been around for too long.
Yeah.
Other than my swimming pool filled with gold and diamonds, you know, I'm pretty much the same guy.
Actually, you don't go into some major studio, or you haven't $10 studio. You still do it in the garage or whatever, just to...
Actually, one of our old school teachers' garage.
Really?
Yeah,
One of our old
it's pretty
schools. Listen, by the way, you live in Berkeley as opposed to LA, right?
That's right.
Isn't that where you're from? Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there a famous university there? Isn't there?
It's
Yeah.
like the California University. I don't know.
where they
It's a
have-
bunch of trust fund kids that like.
Really?
It's a bunch of straight A students that basically.
Do you know
Well,
who
they created-
founded that
where they
university?
created LSD.
Bet you don't know this. Do you know who founded that university? A bishop from Kilkenny in Ireland. Bishop Berkeley. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you?
Mhm.
So yeah, well, Trey knew it, right? You didn't know it.
No, well, he's from Willett, so why the hell would he know anyway?
I see. Like, there's no way you'd ever want to live in LA or anything like that, is there? I mean, like, it's enough to
No.
go there and do whatever you have to do and get out.
No, they're two totally different places. I think the Bay Area is very grounded, very well grounded, and Los Angeles is somewhat of an exaggerated town.
And it's gonna fall in the ocean.
Is it?
I hope.
Yeah. No question.
It's a giant suburb.
Giant cesspool.
All right, well, listen, boys, thanks for dropping in. You're playing on Tuesday. I've got to get this right again, in Belfast. You're playing Dublin Wednesday and Thursday. The Wednesday gig is sold out. Thursday gig is, I don't know what it is. And here's something now. Is this time of your life, is it?
Well, if people want to come down to the show, we tend to get our hands on tickets and go out and give tickets to a lot of kids that don't have tickets.
So in other words, you're
Walk
inviting people to
outside
come
and-
down with no money and to hand
Right.
out free
Well,
outside.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Especially if you don't have any money. If you got money and just
We
want
do
a free
it
ticket,
every night, so,
piss off.
Cool.
you know.
All right, okay. Well, listen, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you very much, Billy Joe. Thank you very much, Trey. Here we go. Time of your life. This is Green Day.